Python's Asyncore to periodically send data using a variable timeout. Is there a better way? I wanted to write a server that a client could connect to and receive periodic updates without having to poll. The problem I have experienced with Asyncore is that if you do not return true when dispatcher.writable is called, you have to wait until after the asyncore.loop has timed out, default is 30s. The two ways I have tried to work around this is 1. Reduce timeout to a low value, or 2. Query connections for when they will next update and generate an adequate timeout value. However, if you refer to select law in man2 select_tut, it states, you should always try to use select without a timeout. Is there a better way to do this? Twisted maybe? I wanted to try and avoid extra threads. I'll include the variable timeout example here.
The select law doesn't apply to your case, as you have not only client-triggered, pure server activities, but also time-triggered activities. This is precisely what the select timeout is for. What the law should really say is, if you specify a timeout, make sure you actually have to do something useful when the timeout arrives. The law is meant to protect against busy waiting. Your code does not busy wait. I would not set _timeout to the maximum of 0.1 and the next update time, but to the maximum of 0.0 and the next timeout. If an update period has expired while you were doing updates, you should do that specific update right away. Instead of asking each channel every time whether it wants to update, you could store all channels in a priority queue, sorted by next update time, and then only run update for the earliest channels, until you find one whose update time has not arrived. You can use the heap module for that. You can also save a few system calls by not having each channel ask for the current time, but only poll the current time once, and pass it to .update.
I would use twisted. Long time since I used Asyncore, but I think this should be the twisted equivalent, not tested, written from memory.
Maybe you can do this with shed.scheduler, like this, nb not tested.
This is basically Demiurge's solution with the rough edges made round. It retains his basic idea, but prevents runtime errors and busy loops and is tested. Edit, resolved issues with modifying the scheduler during _delay.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.